The chamber was designed for quiet diplomacy. Polished stone pillars, soft blue illumination, a ceiling depicting constellations of member nations. Tonight, the room vibrated with fear. Holographic maps of council territory flickered chaotically. Entire sectors blinked from red to black, raider clans destroyed by humanity's relentless advance. General Dexval stood before the map, mandibles clenched so tightly they creaked. Within 12 standard hours, the humans wiped out the Narlac Scourge, the Black Sun Cartel, and half the Crimson Tide fleet, he growled. We could not do that in a century. Minister Plex trembled. We wanted them removed from this chamber, but now we depend on them for stability. Zurkarth slammed a fist onto the table. Enough. We cannot beg them. He hesitated. Not again. Trell leaned forward. They are clearing space faster than the Council Navy ever could. But if we don't address them soon, our citizens will believe Earth rules the galaxy. Quera hissed softly. Perhaps they already do. Dexval glared at them all. We prepare the fleet. Now. The entire chamber stiffened. Zurkarth whispered, You would start a war with that? Dexval's voice was cold. If humanity wants to control this galaxy, then we must show them we will not kneel. Trell shook his head. You do not understand them. They do not want a throne, only respect and safety. Dexval's mandibles clicked. Then they will learn the meaning of fear. Humanity's most powerful military installation shimmered against the darkness above Earth's surface, enormous rotating rings humming with energy, its hull alive with the pulses of quantum core reactors. Inside, alarms flashed crimson. Dr. Alan Murphy stared at the data pouring across the central holodisplay. Council fleets are mobilizing. Multiple systems, he muttered. That's a lot of ships. Admiral Powell stood with her hands behind her back, jaw set. How many? Murphy swallowed. 300 capital ships, 2,000 escorts, and more jump signatures every minute. Ambassador Harris approached slowly, eyes dark with realization. They finally made their choice. A message appeared across a side console, marked Phase 5. Confirmation required. Powell breathed deeply. Activate it. The entire room tensed. Ma'am, an officer whispered, once we initiate Phase 5, there is no turning back. Powell nodded. I'm aware. She placed her hand on the biometric panel. Phase 5. Unleash. The lights across Helios 1 deepened to blood red. Sirens began to scream. Earth's fleets awakened. A coded pulse shot through hyperspace, instantaneous, untraceable. Across human space, thousands of dormant military platforms came alive. On Titan, massive armored silos opened, releasing the Ares-class planetary cannons, weapons so devastating the Council had outlawed their development. Humans built 8 of them anyway. On Luna, orbital strike carriers rose from beneath the regolith, shaped like black triangles wreathed in plasma. In Earth's lower atmosphere, stealth gunships uncloaked, executing combat readiness drills with lethal precision. In deep space, 3 colossal super-dreadnoughts, ships so large they warped light around them, powered up their dark matter reactors. The galaxy had never seen this fleet. No species had. No species was meant to. Until now. Dexval's War Command room buzzed with frantic energy as officers barked orders and warships fueled for departure. Deploy the 7th Armada. Redirect the Aegis line to Sector Tolmer. Load antimatter charges. Zurkarth watched in horror. General, humanity has disabled half our infrastructure. Our logistics are in shambles. This war, Dexval growled, we have no choice. If we do nothing, humanity will take the galaxy unopposed. Guerra shook her head. No. They will simply maintain order. Dexval's voice rose like thunder. They will dominate us. They will decide our borders, our laws, our future. Trell stood. You are letting fear guide you. Dexval's mandibles spread in a savage grin. Yes. Fear of them. 30 supercarriers emerged from hyperspace, forming a defensive wall around Nexus Prime. Their hulls shimmered with shield fields at maximum output. Thousands of fighters launched. Hundreds of destroyers and cruisers formed ranks. A fleet built for intimidation, a fleet built for war. Fleet Commander Arvellon, a veteran of 14 border conflicts, watched as the armada adopted formation. Transmit message, he ordered. To Earth. The comms officer nodded. Message transmitted, sir. Arvellon spoke clearly. Humanity, stand down. Your military advances threaten the balance of this galaxy. You will cease operations and submit to Council oversight immediately. The message was broadcast across every channel. For almost a minute, nothing responded. Then, every screen went black. A single line appeared. No. Ambassador Harris exhaled slowly. They're mobilizing their entire navy. A full declaration of war. Dr. Murphy muttered, Well, that's fantastically stupid. Admiral Powell turned to the tactical officer. What's their position? Blocking all hyperspace lanes to Nexus Prime. They've formed a barrier. And civilians? Powell asked. They're panicking. Council worlds are rioting. Powell nodded grimly. Then this ends quickly. Initiate Iron Horizon formation. Officers strapped into their seats. Engines thundered. The human fleet changed direction, converging into a spear-like wedge. Ambassador Harris whispered, They have no idea what's coming. Powell's reply was ice. No, they don't. The void around humanity's fleet tore into white-hot light. Quantum engines shrieked as they broke every navigational rule the Council had ever written. Inside the lead superdreadnought, TSV Eclipse, Captain Naomi Vance read the incoming orders. Target, Nexus Prime Defensive Grid. Authorization, final. She closed her eyes. So it begins. She raised her voice across the bridge. All hands, prepare for combat. Every crew member snapped to attention. The Eclipse entered real space. The Council fleet saw them first. A ripple in space, like a stone dropped into water. Then humanity's fleet arrived in a flash of blinding light. Thousands of ships in perfect formation. Commander Arvellon stared in disbelief. By the stars. The human super-dreadnoughts dwarfed every ship in the Council armada. Black hulls, red tactical glyphs, engines glowing like smoldering suns. Admiral Powell's voice transmitted across every channel. Council armada, you stand in our way. Move or be removed. Dexval personally responded. Humans, you are violating 73 interstellar treaties. Powell cut him off. Then add this to the list. She raised her hand. Fire. The first shot was not a missile. It was a graviton lance. A weapon humanity had never disclosed, because no one would have believed it. The beam tore across the battlefield, bending light as it passed, and ripped through 5 Council destroyers at once. They imploded silently. No fire, no explosion, just absence. Chaos erupted. All ships return fire. Council cruisers unleashed a storm of plasma bolts. Ion torpedoes screamed through space. Human ships darted between the blasts with impossible agility, moving like predators, not machines. A carrier wing of human fighters dove into the Council formation, their engines shedding sparks of white flame. They shredded cruisers with railgun fire at point-blank range. A Council warship exploded, lighting the void. Another. The human fleet advanced like a storm front. Inside the flagship, Valakor, Fleet Commander Arvellon struggled to stabilize the lines. We're losing the third line. Human dreadnought incoming. Evasive. A human warship passed overhead, so close its hull scraped the Valakor's shields, then fired downward, obliterating 3 battleships. Arvellen gripped the railing. They're not fighting. They're hunting. Dexval appeared on comms, screaming, "Keep firing. We can still win." Arvellen stared back. "No. We can survive. Or we can follow your pride into death." Dexval roared. "Coward." Arvellen cut the channel. "Signal retreat, now." The Council fleet broke, ships fleeing in all directions. Humanity did not pursue. They simply held formation, surrounding Nexus Prime like wolves encircling a wounded animal. Admiral Powell addressed the surviving Council command. Her voice was calm, cold, final. "This war is over. Your fleets are broken. Your power is gone." Silence. Then, "You will answer for what you've done, for corruption, for negligence, for trying to silence us." Her eyes hardened. "Phase 6 begins now." Murphy looked at her sharply. "Phase 6? Are we really?" "Yes," Powell said. "The galaxy tried to govern us. Now we will govern the galaxy." Behind her, thousands of human ships aligned like a single entity. Engines bright, weapons armed. Humanity had won the war. But peace would be far more terrifying.